I thought today I would talk about kitchen cabinetry. I've been in a lot of kitchens. Some have been great and some have been not so great. There's been misses. And this stuff is so expensive, you don't want to do it very often, so you don't want those misses. So I've got 4 cabinetry details that I think are really important to pay attention to. The last one is one that looks very small at first, but I've never seen it anywhere else before, and everybody notices, everybody comments and says, oh my gosh, that is brilliant, I love that. So I'll talk to that at the end. So the first one, right here, the side of the refrigerator. Our layout in our kitchen has dictated that our refrigerator is at the end. I like having a finished panel on the end so that it looks more put together, more finished, a polished look, having wood cabinetry at the end. If you don't have this piece, then you're left with the side of the refrigerator. Now the side of the refrigerator, some like because then they can put magnets on it. I hate magnets on the side of a refrigerator. Our refrigerator used to be right over here on the other side, and it had an exposed side. It had magnets with papers and kids' art, and every time I would walk by, I would knock stuff off. You open the door to outside and the wind would blow in and blow stuff around. It'd drive me bonkers. Also, when you cover this up, you don't notice the side of the refrigerator. Ours is gray, but some of them are black, some of them are white. You never know what this color is. And is that color of the side of the refrigerator gonna match with the color of your kitchen? Who knows? So, have a panel on the side of the refrigerator. That's the first one. Number 2, I gotta get down low for this. I'm getting my squats in. When you have a kitchen island, I think what's important is the depth of the island, how deep this cabinetry is. A lot of times people are putting the standard cabinet depth piece here, which is a little under 2 feet or so. I personally think that just looks too small because it's out of scale for being a piece of furniture or a piece of cabinetry that is centered in the space. This one is a little bit deeper. So this is 32 inches. It has details that are heavier on the corners to help frame it, look substantial. And then for a kitchen island, I really like having an overhang at some point so that you can have some stools to sit on. This is typically about 9 inches. So our top overall is about 41 inches. And this is 6 feet deep. Me personally, I don't like a sink. I don't like a cooktop in the island. Cooktops and sinks are dirty. They have splash and splatter and stuff like that. And nobody wants to sit in an island when somebody is running a faucet. You usually have soaps and scrubbers and junk like that around it. So if you can keep those things away against a wall and not on the island, all the better. This becomes a great conversation space to circle around. This becomes a place to serve food. It's much more functional without any of that stuff. And by the way, leave me your opinion on this. Do you have something in your island that you really like and why you like it? Because you can change my mind for sure. So yeah, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, the third one is in all the little details now. Nowadays, they have things like soft close drawers. They have things like when you open a cabinet, you have a pull-out drawer so you can easily access things and it slides right back in, and that's soft close. The doors are soft close. You get really deep drawers that hold big monster stuff like pans. These kind of details really help make a kitchen more functional, and I've got a couple more of these that I'll show you right around the corner. Speaking of details, this was a huge one. A way for a cabinet to open up and glide out with garbage and recycling that fit down into a fitted wooden box with soft close door. Awesome. Another detail, a nice vertical cabinet with dividers that hold the things like cookie sheets and cutting boards and pizza stones and all of that kind of stuff. Highly efficient use of space. It comes with the dividers set in place. Love it. One area that drives me bonkers is this corner Lazy Susan kind of area. Oh my gosh, I'm glad this one spins around real carefully, but I have no idea what's even in this cabinet. I think we're gonna have to declutter some things that are in here because it drives me a little bonkers. However, take advantage of that space, have a nice, easy, smooth, rolling Lazy Susan. Okay, the last little detail that we did on our cabinetry that I have not seen before, and when people notice, they comment on it. I think it's a great idea. In fact, our cabinet maker that did all of these said that now this is their standard that they do for everybody because everybody, of course, says yes. So what I'm talking about is this detail right here on the rails and stiles of the raised panel doors and drawer fronts. We chose this very simple design because I wanted something classic and timeless in this, this kind of medium dark oak. This is quarter sawn oak that kind of matches the rest of our house. But we wanted it pretty simple and understated so it wouldn't go out of style too quickly. And we like it. But this bevel here is not a perfect 90 degrees, meaning that it actually angles out here and it angles down just a little bit. I'll show a close-up in a minute. But instead of it being a raised panel that is a perfect 90-degree square edge here, this bevels down ever so slightly. I'll show you that, and it is a cool little detail. So what I'm talking about is this bevel right here bevels down, and this one bevels in, and I'll put a straight edge right up against that so you can kind of see what that looks like. There's a bevel right there, and my drawing here kind of shows what I'm talking about, where if this is the knob, this is that rail that's there, and then it angles in and not square. Cool little detail. I hope this has been helpful. If you're in the middle of making some decisions for kitchen cabinetry, or you're just taking notes and dreaming for that day that you can do it, I hope this helps because having great functional cabinetry that are really fun, that make things functional, smooth, good quality with little fine details is awesome. Thanks so much.